And welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live here from our Twist Gaming room here at PAX Unplugged 2018, bringing you all the board game coverage all weekend long. And as usual, I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
We're Twist Gaming, and today we're joined with Tony from Arcane Wonders.
Hello.
Tony, first time on the stream. How's it feel?
It's amazing. It's the first time ever. I've never been on a live stream here before.
Tony, we love having you on. It's always an experience, especially last year PAX Unplugged when you called the sheriff on the poor baker's boy.
Oh yes,
They
yes,
just wanted to bring the bread.
That did happen. it keeps on coming back to me. That I may have been a little brutal on.
Just a little.
different
But it was well served. You were a very good sheriff.
Yeah.
But today we're not sheriffs. Today we're showing off RWBY Combat Ready.
Yes, so we're gonna actually play through as much as we kind of can. Couple rounds of the game.
Sounds good.
Live, so people get a good feel for how gameplay flows, especially after you get going.
And you're going to teach us how to play, right? Because I've never played this before. I know
No.
you showed it off a couple times.
Well, Tony and I got to hang out at Origins this year
Yes.
when the game was still in pretty early stages.
Yes,
And we
this
got to
is
run through
final.
this a bit.
Yeah, we ran through it kind of step by step. The thing is this: we're gonna actually just kind of jump in and start playing.
Sounds good.
Because you guys love that, and I know it.
Best way to
Trial
play
by
a
fire.
game, man.
So the big thing is as we go, I'm going to kind of lead us in what actions are being taken. But at the same time, this is a game where it's a 100% cooperative game.
oh, you're not going to kill me. Good.
So the whole point is that we as a team are defeating the villain, and realistically, we have a 3-player game against Roman Torchwick that is. With his henchmen, and they are performing a dust heist right now. So if you're not familiar with the series, dust is a very powerful substance that can allow kind of like almost magical effects occur through different weaponry in the game. It's used as a source of power and is very valuable. So Roman and his henchmen are stealing a bunch of it, and we are, as Team RWBY, stepping in and stopping them. So that's the premise of kind of what's going on. The big thing with this is even though it's a 100% cooperative game, there's a big hook where one player is going to be going one-on-one against the villain.
Okay.
During the rest of the players are sidelined. So we are actually set back. We are going to be assisting and comboing with that center stage player. And then also dealing with the henchmen that you can't deal with because you're going to toe-to-toe with the villain.
I like it.
So, but yeah, let's just jump right in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take RWBY here,
Okay.
take your miniature, and throw it on the Fury track.
Perfect.
Our miniatures were sidelined, so we're not on there yet. So we're just kind of.
But they're so cool.
They are.
Sideline. Put it down, Ann.
We're just in here hanging out.
I like that
doing
you
stuff.
give me all the pressure for going first.
Yeah. So we have a hand of 6 cards.
Sure do.
And the cards have. I'm gonna run through anatomy of a card, so you can throw it on the little
Sure
thing.
thing. So I've got myself Reaping Blade here.
Yeah. So like as you can see, that awesome transparency that we have going
Yep.
on with these cards, that like you can see through them.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just yellow.
Sure.
So no, basically the yellow ring around that is the only transparent thing we're running into. But that right there, that big icon is the speed of the attack.
Okay.
So we have a speed 7 attack. You look at the next 2 little starbursts underneath it. Those are the damage. So it's pretty much like a 7-speed, 2 damage attack.
So what does speed mean? That's how early in the turn order that you go?
No, that's going to be actually the determining factor of the result of the attack.
Okay.
So you're going to be putting down as an attack, and if it is a higher speed than the villains, then you will hit the villain. Otherwise, they will hit you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So your card also has an ability in the center that is if the attack damages a minion, destroy it. That's more effective as a sideline card.
Right, so that's not beneficial to me right now.
That is not.
Okay.
But that is used when you play the card as an attack. The ability underneath that is used when you play the card as an assist, and we'll
Okay.
go over assists. It's one of the options of sideline players. So basically, if you cover up the whole top card of half of the card except for that, even the Slay ability, that is what you're looking at as an assist.
Okay.
If you're an attack, you'd cover up that little assist part, and that would be what you were looking for as an attack.
Gotcha.
So, that's the anatomy of a card, so we're just going to jump in. Now, your role as the center stage player, I'm getting distracted by this weird
Oh, yeah.
pop out of you dancing and pointing. But yes, anyway, the center stage player is going to have the role of looking at this deck.
Okay.
So you will look at this deck, and the reason why you're looking at it is you're looking at the top card. It has a stance. I'm not going to show you what's directly under it, but the stances reflect different things. So you have a stance that is subtle, you have a stance that is balanced, and you have an aggressive stance.
Okay.
So aggressive stance cards are faster speed cards that you typically deal less damage, but are much faster.
Gotcha.
Mid-range deal somewhere in the middle and are medium speed. The scale, let's say it's approximately 2 to 11. And then subtle are lower speed but tricky. They might have little things that change things up.
Gotcha.
So
I have one more question here. Is I see something that says this attack gains +1 when used in a combo.
yes, so so the different items or the different abilities that a player on the side can do is there are 4 things. There are 4 options. We can rest, which is pretty self-explanatory. We are going to heal an aura, one of our lives. We draw a card then, and you may discard a card at that time. When you rest, you gain no experience for resting. The other things you can do is assist, like we talked about before. I can say, I am going to use this card to assist you. In that case, you gain an experience point for successfully doing something.
Cool.
And we move on. You can combo. Comboing is risking your own health to jump in with the center stage company.
Gotcha. And
to
you can only
attack-
do that
to
on
combo.
the sideline.
And you can only do that when you're sideline.
Perfect.
So basically, you can jump in to damage the villain. But the big thing there is that your speed is going to match the slowest speed card played.
Oh,
The
okay.
whole combo is going to adjust to that.
Gotcha.
And then the third thing you can do is interact with minions and or other non-combat objectives. The objective we're going to be looking at here is Roman's Henchman. What it says is that at the beginning of every duel, which we are just beginning, draw 3 Henchman cards and put them into play.
Okay, so
Now the Henchmen
is there
are-
an anatomy of a henchman card I could look at here? Just take one of these?
we can do that. So the back of the card says basically there's two items on the bottom. One you're not going to be able to see very well, but it is
It's a 1.
It's a 1 burst. That is the damage that is going to be dealt to the main active player if we just leave them alone.
Okay.
So at the end of the duel, if they are there, they'll deal that damage to you.
Okay.
We have to, as sideline players, take care of these minions so that it doesn't happen. The bottom right is their estimated life total. So similar to the villain deck, we have an idea of what the henchman's life are, but we don't have a strict thing. So if you flip it over, so if we deal damage equal to the estimated health, or we just attack that, you would flip it over and you would compare the speed to your speed to see who hits.
Okay.
Okay.
There's also an ability there that has an icon that I wanted to explain. It's this exclamation point. So that exclamation point actually means regardless of whether or not this hits or not. So basically, it's a regardless of what happens, you're going to take 2 damage from this card.
Well, that's mean.
Yeah. So we'll take that card and we'll actually just kind of throw it in there so we don't know where it is.
So
And we will start. So basically, the big thing here is this. There's a subtle card out there.
So it's probably going to be slow.
Probably slower, yes. I do have an ability on one of my cards that if it's the first round of a duel,
Yeah.
I can give you +2 speed on an
Oh,
attack.
that's good. I'm going to play a slow card here. It's
Yeah.
actually my slowest card.
Okay.
So that might be beneficial. So do I have to like communicate with you that? Or
Yeah, well, we can communicate what
Okay.
we're doing, kind of strategize on what we want to do. A slower card against that is actually...
Yeah, so I've got this one here, Spiral Rose. It's a 4 speed, but 4 damage to it then. It'd be nice if I could boost it a little
Well,
bit.
and actually, it's really great if you boost that one because
Oh,
if you look at the
gains
ability,
double
it
from
gains
speed.
double
So I'd
boost.
gain 4 speed.
So if I gave you this, it would gain 4 speed, and you'd have a speed 8 attack against this, which is
It's pretty nice.
Is it overkill? Is that something we should hold on to
that
and wait
would
for?
Be, but my
It's
boost
only for the
is on the
first.
first
First
round.
Oh, it makes sense.
Might as
So,
well.
All right.
so in this, it would be overkill, but it pretty much leaves you to do whatever you want.
Okay.
Take
So
care
if
of those
it-
minions,
But
henchmen.
we're not going on to our part of the phase until you actually lock in that card.
Okay, so how do I lock this in?
So you lock that in by placing it down on the hero card.
Let's
so
do it.
now you have that card there. that is the hero card that is going to be going against the villain card. So
Okay.
I can jump in. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to assist that card.
Okay.
In doing that, it gains +4 speed based on things, and I'm going to gain an experience point.
Nice.
So now you are free to do whatever you want.
So then I'm going after the henchman?
You could go after a henchman, or you could combo in with this attack. Either one is decent.
I think that you guys would probably have it with the combo for the attack.
But
now
you could do even more damage.
You could do more damage.
Combo. Combo. Combo.
Well, I have a sneak attack, which does deal 1 damage to an ally's target after combat is over. And I also have assist the active player if they hit lower the villain's speed bonus by 1.
There is no speed bonus right now.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. You want a combo? I have my ensnare says I can target a minion. I target the minion.
What's your speed 8 card?
What's my speed 8 card? Pounce.
It's a pounce. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one would be the one you'd want to combo with, because by matching the speed
Yeah.
of the attack,
Yeah.
it's not going to lower or be any waste in that. So like basically, if you could if you combo with an 8,
Yeah.
this is a speed 8, that's a speed 8.
So they happen at the same time.
Whatever's
It
the
goes through.
lowest.
If I combo with a speed 4, the whole thing goes down to speed 4.
All right, so then I'll combo with my 8, and it's
Yeah.
so am I, because I'm comboing, am I going to get this bonus right here that says
Yes.
if this attack hits, gain +1 speed next round?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
So
Cool.
basically, if we hit, that will happen.
Very
Okay.
cool.
Okay. So now we have locked in our actions. And what's going to happen is we're going to just reveal this card.
Okay, so it was the subtle stance here, and we've got the Bullet Storm. So this is a 4-speed range. This attack gains +2 speed against melee attacks. Roman gains +1 damage bonus at the end of the round.
Now I do have a melee attack.
Okay, so we did have both of ours were melee, so it was melee. So
Okay.
they got +2, but that only takes it to 6.
I'm glad
And
we
our
doubled
attack-
up then.
and our
That's
attack
good.
is 8, yeah.
What happens if you tie the speed?
If you tie, you just no damage.
Okay.
But ties aren't in your favor in this game, so I'll kind of show you that in a minute, because what happens is that at the end of the round, the villain's fury is always going to go up.
Okay.
We only go up if we deal damage to the villain.
Oh, and he just keeps getting stronger
So
regardless.
he'll keep on progressing towards the end of the duel. So
Gotcha.
in this case, we damaged the opponent.
Woo!
It was successful, so both of you will both gain an experience point
I like
Okay.
it.
for hitting the villain.
Go team.
Go team.
4 damage. Uh-oh. I forgot to put out life tokens.
So it's going to do 4 damage from my attack plus an additional 2 damage from Anne's attack?
Yes. And Roman Torchwick starts the game with 65 health. That's why I just noticed is that I did not put the cubes on the...
On the health?
65 is quite a bit.
Yeah.
yes,
Especially
it's
when-
actually the lowest of any
Oh.
of the villains. So Roman is one of the easiest
Of the main bosses?
of the villains. He's in many of the introductory level type examples. So it's not really surprising, but Adam, Taurus, and Cinderfall, they're both good, really good on different levels. So like Adam can
Okay.
be brutal and actually be more difficult than Cinder at times.
Okay.
And that kind of goes along with the series as well. So what's going to happen here is we are going to deal 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 as Ruby. Ruby is also going to move up the track 1, 2, 3, 4. That will actually trigger this. If you had done 5, it would also still trigger this. It's just when you hit or go past, all players will draw a card.
Okay.
So draw a card into your hand. And then Blake hits 1, 2. We change the track. You will gain a +1 bonus just for a reminder.
Okay.
This will become discarded.
Sure.
These will become discarded. Doop, doop. And then the duel, or that round ends with the Villain Fury going up 1.
Okay.
So now we are in the next round. We continue. You do not draw any additional cards unless something tells you to.
Right.
So basically, you continue and you are playing another card against another subtle
Okay,
card on
so
top.
subtle again. I'm going to play like a moderate speed. I have a 6-speed one here, so I'm looking at playing Crimson Tornado. And this one's interesting because it's a 2 damage, but it says Area Blast. If this attack hits, additionally deal 1 damage to all other enemies. So I'd be dealing 1 damage to all the minions as well there, the
Yeah.
henchmen
Yes.
as well then. Okay. So I like that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that down there. I probably should have consulted you guys, but I like this card.
Okay, sounds good to me. So now we can kind of do what we want. I can make people draw cards, block damage. That's not really my style. Or
So-
we can attack the minions.
So assuming that I do hit, 2 of the minions have 1 and 1 has 2. So do we want to focus on the 2 then, or
The 2 will probably be a more difficult minion. So
Okay.
yes, we would want to do something that. Can you do anything that boosts his speed at all?
I do have one that reduces the. Oh, that's the.
Oh wait, the one thing we didn't do is Roman did gain a +1 damage bonus
okay?
from his previous card.
So I can lower the villain's speed bonus, but he doesn't have a
He
speed
doesn't have a
bonus,
speed
so
bonus
that's
right now.
not it. I do have a. Is this plus speed for me?
That's for you specifically.
Okay, so then I deal 1 damage to an ally's target after combat is over. That's just 1 additional damage, but I don't really have anything that impacts his speed.
So no, not
no,
really.
not really.
Okay. Well, then what I'm gonna do.
Tony's gonna beat some people up.
Well, I'm gonna show off another mechanic. We do have a semblance.
Okay.
So the semblance is our special abilities. So mine is rage. I may use my semblance marker before attacking to give +1 attack and +1 attack speed and +1 damage. And it refreshes anytime I take damage. Both
Okay.
of yours refresh at the end of round, so
Yeah.
Yang has a little bit of different thing that's flavor-wise. I'm actually going to attack this minion with a speed 4 +1 from this, so 5 attack.
Okay.
This will be go immediately. So I'm going to flip this card. Doop-a-doo.
You got it, Tony. I believe
I
in you.
got it. I thought I had it. Oh. So that is a captain, and I had a speed 5
He has speed
against
7.
a speed 7.
Ba-dum-ba-dum,
So
bam.
that didn't happen. And also there's an ability here that basically if you show that off, it says call. When this card is revealed, draw and play another minion.
Wow.
So a 4th minion is going to go into play here.
All right.
But I mean, the good thing is that my
Um,
splash damage should hit all of them, right?
Yes, it will. And the one thing here is that I'm going to gain I'm going to refresh on this because I was unsuccessful and I take a damage from the captain. So yeah, that was my turn. I did like nothing.
And how you helping me out here?
So he would need a speed. What if I hit that captain with an attack with a speed 7?
Okay.
So
yeah,
nothing happens
nothing
'cause
would
it's the
happen.
same.
You would need a
So I
speed
need an
8.
8. I don't have an
8
8.
plus.
8 or higher. You do
9.
have a +1 speed though.
Oh, that's right. So if I did it with a 7, that would
Oh,
make it an
yeah.
8.
There you
Yes.
go.
All right, so then let's do that.
Okay, so you use that attack.
Ranged pistol.
And you are hitting for 3 damage at speed 8. That hits. It will also defeat this minion.
Okay.
Because it only has 3 life. So that will be discarded.
Okay.
You will gain an experience for successfully performing an action.
I knew you could do it, Ann.
And
So now I'm just going head to head.
you're going head to head.
Okay, so his is a 5.
Ooh, that was good, Matt.
So I have a 6.
You
Yeah.
won,
So
you hit him.
I'm good
so
then.
you were successful.
All right, so because I'm successful, it deals 1 damage to all other. So it does 2 damage to him. So he loses 2 health there.
Yes. So 1 and 2.
And then I am going to then do 1 damage to all other villains as well.
Yeah. It says if this attack hits, additionally deal 1 damage to all other enemies.
Yeah.
So we'll deal damage to each one.
Yep.
Now all of these have an estimated health of 1,
Right.
which means that we will flip them to see if that's accurate.
Okay.
Accurate. So we're gonna flip here. That is not accurate on this one.
Okay.
So 1 damage will be dealt. This one has daze. Didn't hit you. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
This one we will flip.
Flippy, flippy.
That one did
4.
not.
Wow.
It had a health.
That was a liar.
Overwhelm. Nope. This attack, it doesn't matter. And this one didn't either. But so we now have 3 minions out.
And we know the speed of their attacks.
And we know the speed of their
Attacks.
attacks.
See, I'm helping.
So you did hit for 2 damage.
Correct.
So you go 1, 2. You gain 1 experience point.
Oh, yeah.
You also gained an experience point for hitting.
Oh, yeah.
And the villain Fury goes up and gains a +1
Nice.
speed bonus.
Okay. Now, Anne can mitigate that +1 speed bonus on her
Yes.
turn. So, again, we keep going. We don't draw cards.
Nope, no drawing cards. We're
Unless
continuing
something
out.
says
this
specifically.
Is discarded, and now we continue on.
Okay.
So what kind of a stance do we have for the next
A
hit?
balanced stance is now out.
Now, Ann, do you have something that's going to combo or no? Your card doesn't combo?
I can combo in.
Okay.
My card is a 6.
I can combo in at an 8.
I have a 9.
It would drop the speed by 1. But
That's fine, I think, for
or I could,
that.
or I can increase 1 for a 9 if that is what you want to do.
Yeah, sure, let's do
Okay.
that.
So you're throwing in a 9 that says this attack gains +1 damage when used in a combo. Crescent Strike.
I'm going to go after that middle henchman with my sling net. My ensnare says the target minion has -2 speed, and I can leave this card on the minion.
What were you doing?
Using my sling net?
If you use that, it will not do the bottom ability. That's only for assists.
Oh, I
So
can't use it by itself.
like I said before, if you're using a card as an attack, you only do that
Just the
part.
number,
If you
okay.
do the other,
Just
it's
letting you
about-
guys know, this will have to be the last round.
Okay.
So make sure you go all out, Ann.
Okay.
Don't hold back.
Oh, don't hold back. Well, then I'm going to take care of that 7 with this 9.
Okay, so you'll hit that for 1.
The
7.
one over here. Yeah.
You'll successfully do that. You'll gain an
Yes.
experience. This will go here. This will become discarded.
Yes.
I am going to combo with this card. I'm
Okay.
going to use my Semblance to give me +1 speed and +1 damage.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, I'm running at a 9 for
9.
3 damage.
Okay. And so then that goes head-to-head with the minion, who is a the villain, who's a 5.
Ooh, you guys
But
did some
there's something
overkill.
that happens. This attack gains speed equal to the number of minions in play. So it's actually
guys
a
are welcome.
7
Could have been an 8.
Plus 1 from the speed bonus.
+1 from the speed bonus, which is an 8. So if she hadn't killed that minion, we would have tied, but we actually end up hitting.
Go team.
So go team. So what ends up happening here is this. So I'm going to deal the
2 damage from
villain
yours.
3 damage because of the bonus. So
Yeah.
it'll go
Oh.
1, 2, 3. You are going to deal 2.
Correct.
1, 2. We're both going to gain 1 experience for being successful.
Yay.
And
You guys
then what's going to happen actually here is you're going to move 2 up on the track. So you go 1, 2 up. You are gaining +1 speed
Awesome.
just in general for the rest of the duel.
Hey, I think
These-
I'm doing pretty good here.
Yeah.
Yes, these are discarded. And then what's actually going to happen here is we move up 1 with the villain track. Now, this is where the duel gets really interesting. I just wanted to explain it briefly. We won't actually play another round.
Yep.
But you could end the duel right now.
Okay.
You could say, I'm using my ultimate because you are in the ultimate zone.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just end the duel.
So why would I want to end the duel?
What happens is when you end the duel is you will step out, but you'll deal 3 damage and gain 3 experience points.
That's pretty good.
The next player then becomes the center stage. This is reset,
Okay.
and the villain starts over here.
Okay.
Now, the thing is this. If the villain hits you while in this bash zone, you are bashed out. You are forced down of active player.
And I don't get the
you
bonus.
don't get any bonuses.
And that's rough because he's got an
aggressive
aggressive
card going
one
out
coming
right
up
now.
next. So that probably would be a good idea to jump out and have someone else jump in.
Look at how shiny it is.
It
here.
is.
You gain a bunch of experience and possibly a +3
I'm going to go with you
damage bonus.
theoretically. I think it's a good idea to go ahead and do the ultimate. So I would do that. It would do 3 damage to the villain.
Yes.
He would go reset
down
on the track.
down to 49. He would end up being reset. You would get this. You'd gain 3 experience points. I would end up becoming the next hero in this round. But one thing also would happen. You would take 2 damage from these minions that are still alive.
Ah, okay.
So you would go down 2 health. 3 more minions would come into play.
in addition to those.
Yes, at the start of
Oh.
any new duel. And
So it behooves us to get rid of the minions.
yes, it behooves us to get rid of minions. And then what would end up happening here is basically during that point of time when you are changing between one active player and another, that's when you can upgrade cards in your deck.
Gotcha.
So basically then you can spend your experience points that you have gained to gain new cards. So you would ditch you'd first draw up to 6 cards, then you could ditch a card that's in your hand and spend 5 experience points.
These are some of the yellow border, so they might do a little green screen, but
So
These are
stuff-
some of those ultimate moves.
Death
Yeah.
Whisper, 3 attack,
That's
3
actually
damage.
tier 4. That's one of the highest ones.
Yeah.
You look at it, there's T2, T3, and T4.
In the bottom
so
right-hand
basically
corner
what
there.
you could do is you would be the only one who had enough experience to actually upgrade one of your cards because you got that bonus there.
Right.
The low tier 2 is basically 5. So what you could do is ditch one of your black bordered cards and gain a gold bordered tier 2 card in its place to start the next in your hand for the next round.
Gotcha.
And the game is set up so that if you for the experience, I just want to mention, if you look here, you'll see that there's an experience at the end or on the card that says like when the villain is defeated, you gain experience. That's because you can save your game
that's
at the
cool.
end, bring out your cards out of the little slot in the box, and then play the next game with the new cards.
Fantastic.
Already upgraded, so.
Tony, thank you so much for coming and showing this off. Is there any aspects of the gameplay that we didn't get a chance to show off that you wanted to touch on briefly?
No, actually, that is the gist of the game. You play until either the villain loses all of their aura or the heroes win. The big, the only other thing that never would have come up until we played more was an event card coming up.
Okay.
These are green cards, so I'm not going to attempt that. But what they do is they add special abilities and change up the game state.
Okay.
So, like, one of them is Hot Pursuit. When Roman plays an aggressive attack, he gains +1 speed bonus at the end of the round.
Gotcha.
So it's things that make him more aggressive
Formidable.
and harder as the game progresses.
Perfect. So, Tony, last question here. Where can our viewers find RWBY Combat Ready?
Okay, so RWBY Combat Ready just hit retail stores this week, so we should be seeing it in the next, coming into retail stores. Right now, if you are at PAX Unplugged, we do have copies available here. And also, if you can't find it there's also Amazon, Barnes & Noble will be stocking it soon, as well as on the Rooster Teeth store. So,
Awesome.
yes.
Fantastic. Tony, thank you so much today. We really do appreciate it. And thank all of you watching at home. We're going to do a brief sign-off right now, but we'll be back in just a few minutes with more coverage here from PAX Unplugged 2018. Signing off for now, though, I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hey.